So it's question and answer time because you all asked. Can I go with the medical questions first? Right, why do I use derogatory terms for myself? Because if I call myself a cripple, then you call me a cripple. It ain't gonna hurt me, is it? What terms do I use to describe my condition? I'll say spaz or cripple. Have I got feeling everywhere? I know what this question means. This means if we were in a sexual situation and you touched my nene, would I feel it? Yes, the answer is yes, I would. I'm not paralysed. I can feel everything. Believe me. I've had enough sexual encounters to know. And that doesn't mean I'm a slag. It means I was married, I had a husband, we had sex every day. What's wrong with that? Okay, let's just put the sex aside because I'm a lady and I don't want to talk about it. But seeing as you asked, yes, if you touched it, I'd feel it. All right. As for if you meant feeling in other places, I have some feeling in my legs, although I have scar tissue. So when you touch where my scars are, it feels a bit like pins and needles, and I can't feel my feet. So people will often say you've got cold feet or cold hands, and I don't really feel my extremities too well. Okay. What does my condition stop me from doing? Walking. Although I can a little bit. If I held on to somebody's hands or a rail or something, I'd be able to. I've done it with furniture. I can sort of stand, although it's not like average standing. What's one thing that I wish I could do that I can't do now? Drive, because I've got friends in Stoke-on-Trent, I've got friends in Coventry, I've got friends who live in I was going to say Boston Spa, that's in Leeds, that isn't the right place. Leamington Spa, who I'd love to go see. I went to college with most of them and I'd love to go see them all and say hey, but I don't drive, so I have to get the train places. What's the one thing that I wish boys would think about me? That I'm pretty. I get cute a lot, but I don't get pretty. So I'd like to be thought of as quite a pretty girl. What's one thing that annoys you? Spitting. I hate people who spit. I can't stand people who like gob on the pavement and things. It's not nice. Don't spit. Either swallow it or spit it into a tissue, or I don't know, but don't spit. I was brought up not to spit, and I don't like people who spit. There's no scenario where you should just spit directly onto the floor. You're passing on diseases and germs and God knows, so don't spit, okay? Spit it away. If you have to spit it away, okay? That's just me being quite oldie worldly and not really liking people who spit. What would I say I was like at school? I enjoyed school. It was a bit weird. I liked academic side of things. I also liked that when I was in what they call post 16 or FE, if you'd call it FE, where you live further education, I used to help out with the younger pupils doing the reading and things. I enjoy that. Have I got any regrets? Yeah, I do. I've got regrets that I didn't finish university. I'm going back to college to see if I can finish actually. But I do have regrets that I didn't stick it out. I have regrets that I didn't stay in my marriage, because I'd have probably had kids now and done what everyone else kind of 27, 28 did. But I don't in the same aspect regret leaving, because at that time I was in an awful situation, and my ex-husband will agree that we were in a terrible situation and we're much better friends now. The other question I get asked is, why are you friends with your ex-husband? Because I've known him since I was 3. He's known me since he was 5. That's why. We knew each other long before dating each other. We dated from 16. We got married when I was 18. He was 21. And we were separated by the time I was 21 and he was 23. Alright? And yeah, I regret things. I regret not trying for another baby after we lost our daughter. And I regret trying to not trying to mend the marriage. I do regret that, and I will sit, whatever, and admit that I made mistakes. I messed up royally, but it's the way it is. What was the saddest day of my life? My divorce. The day my divorce came through, I cried for 2 hours. I felt so sad that I'd gone through all that with him, and then we were separated for about 7 years, and had this really tempestuous relationship where one minute I'd adore him, the next minute I'd hate him, because we were going through a divorce. I was sad that it had all come to an end, that there was no way it was going to be fixed anymore, that we couldn't work it out, even though I knew 7 years ago it wasn't going to work. Weird, I know, but what can I say? And I also regret getting engaged to the guy I was engaged to up until Christmas last year, because he was using me for my money and I didn't see it. I was blind. I was like, I love him so much, we're getting married. And I wish I wasn't so naive, and I wish that I didn't wear my heart on my sleeve, and lots of things that I regret in my life. But the biggest one is leaving my marriage, leaving something that I thought was going to be forever. I've been brought up that you marry one person, you stay with them, and it doesn't matter what happens. Well, it did. It mattered to us, and me losing that child made me go all shades of crazy, and I didn't want to put him through that. You know, it affected me a lot. What are my hopes for the future? To decorate this house the way I want it, because it's all just white right now. To start smiling more, to make new friends, to possibly meet someone special next year, and just be happy generally. I'd love kids in the future. I've always said I'd love to be a mum. I'd be a fantastic mum. I'm fantastic with my friends' children, and I'd be a fantastic mother. I would love to meet the man of my dreams and him to take me off and whatever on a white horse or whatever the fairy tale crap is you get fed as a little girl. But it's probably not going to happen. So I'd love to meet somebody I'm just comfortable enough with and love enough to stay with them and to make it work and to have babies and just be normal, just be your normal average kind of person who's heading towards 30. But also never lose my fun side. Never not want to go out and have a laugh now and again, you know, because there's always babysitters, there's always people who can have your kids for half an hour or an hour while you go do something fun. That's it, guys. Thank you. Bye.